Hey guys, it's Core Ross and Rainbow Six News. Today we've got some updates for the Rainbow Six Siege Marketplace Beta. So of course this launched and it has been extremely popular and people seem to be loving it right now. And only a small portion of the player base currently has access. If you want to get access yourself to this beta, link in the description below that goes to the sign up page. And of course it's an invite beta only, so you may not get in until it fully launches someday. But they are going to have continued waves of people going in, and I don't currently have access myself. So the Rainbow Six Siege developers put out this message on Twitter, and it says, "We greatly appreciate your enthusiasm about the new R6 Marketplace beta. It's amazing to see so many of you wanting to be part of this phase prior to the official launch and willing to share your feedback on it. Currently, only a limited amount of Rainbow Six Siege players can access the platform for testing. If you haven't received an invite yet, don't worry, we are planning to send out additional invitation waves to testers in the upcoming weeks. And this is the major change here. More items will also be eligible in the near future. So we'll go over that in a short second. But they finish with, "We want to thank everyone who has been contributing to it already. Your participation will help us shape the best experience for everyone." Now I'll also show you an additional piece of information that we got on the R6 Fix website, which is where you put bugs for the game, but you can also put bugs for the marketplace there too. So the developers replied to a post about getting an error, and what they've said is that you have a total of 20 transactions per day, and if you go over that, you will not be able to sell or buy, and of course you'll have to wait for the next reset. Presumably that's every 24 hours, but I don't know when in the day it actually happens. So if you have been buying and selling like crazy, you could easily hit that limit per day, so just so you know. Now going back to the major change that we're getting, which is the more items will also be eligible in the near future. So a lot of people have noticed that there's quite a few of their items in their inventory that they cannot sell. Sounds like that is going to change. I don't know if there's going to be some stuff that will still be limited, but it does sound like a lot more of the items that we have will be able to be bought and sold. And with the amount of R6 credits that stuff is going for, I expect that Ubisoft is making a lot of money off this, but also the black markets for stolen R6 credits is probably also making a ton of money and even increasing in popularity right now, along with anyone who's able to steal from other accounts, whether that's logging into their friend's account and transferring those R6 credits over with a weird headgear or something like that, or of course someone actually stealing some logins and getting into accounts that way. So make sure you have your two-factor authentication on your accounts and don't let anyone into your accounts, because they could simply set up a really high priced sale order somewhere with a very common piece of gear and then come to your account and do a purchase of that. So be very wary of this now, because previously of course there was no way to get R6 credits out of someone else's account and into yours, whereas now there is. And we'll wrap this video up with a quick tutorial on how to use the marketplace. So right now you're going to have to sign up for the beta. There's a link down in the description below. And if you get invited, you can then trade on the marketplace by selling and purchasing skins for R6 credits. Now this can be done on any platform, as it is simply a website. So if you're a console player, a PC player, you can do all the trading you want, and you can do it from your console's web browser, you can do it from your phone's web browser, or PC, or a freaking TV even. And then how the system works is you go and you look up the skin you want, you get an idea of how it's selling, so it'll give you the last sold price, it'll give you the current sale price, and it'll give you the current sale orders. So what does all that mean? Well, the last sold price is of course the last one that was purchased for that price. Then you have your current price range. So this is the sale orders. So they are currently ranging from 120 to 100,000 R6 credits. That means if you put in a buy order for 120, you are going to get that skin for 120. Now, if I was to put in a buy order for 100,000 credits on this, I would actually get it for 120 credits. So I wouldn't be spending that full 100,000. It's going to give me the lowest price possible. And the way it works is, let's say we have 1,000 sale orders, but only 10 of them are 120. Then it's the first 10 people that put in their buy order for 120 that will get it, even if they put in anywhere between 120 and 100,000 R6 credits. But of course, be wary. If you put in a buy order for 100,000 credits, and it just so happens that all the other sale orders have already got the cheaper ones, then you are going to spend 100,000 on anyone listing it at that price. Now, currently, 100,000 R6 credits is the limit on the marketplace. I do not know if that's going to continue to be the limit or go up, because you could imagine when this goes out of beta, it could be a million R6 credits or a billion R6 credits. We just literally have no idea how far these prices are going to inflate over time. And of course, remember, there's only a small part of the player base right now that is on this. As soon as the entire player base is on there, and all the desirable stuff gets purchased, that means the supply is going to go down dramatically and the prices will go up dramatically. So you're talking capitalism 101 right here. Another thing to note about sale or purchase orders is that they last a total of 30 days. Of course, you can cancel them earlier than that, but it means, let's say I put a buy order on a really popular skin and I just wait out those 30 days at a very low price. It could be that someone just happens to list it at a low price at like the 29th day, and I might be the first one in the queue to get it at that very low price. So you certainly can play this system very well, and I would say the best thing you're going to have here is patience. Try and pick up some really rare skins, especially headgears and weapon skins, and then just hold on to them, as in 6 months time it's most likely that the skins that are being purchased will go into people's collections quite possibly forever, limiting the overall supply, and then you can quite possibly sell some crazy skins for 100,000, or if that limit goes up, maybe a million R6 credits someday. And of course, even 100,000 could keep you in really nice elites for a while. And that's the other thing as well, it might be that we get more categories of stuff that will come up for purchase too. We've seen in the concept art for the market, there was boosters for sale. So the boosters might come on the market someday, elite skins might come on the market someday. There's a whole plethora of stuff that might end up being pushed onto the market over time. And who knows how this is going to shape out over the long term. Another thing to note is that you should not be spending any money on in-game cosmetics. You can get a lot of good stuff for free. You don't have to really go out there and spend R6 credits, which you buy with real money. And of course, you can't get it out of the system afterwards as well. Another factor to consider, and maybe a reason the marketplace has shown up at this point, is we're almost a decade into Rainbow Six Siege's life. And unless this is going to end up being the next CSGO and just continues on for decades and decades and decades, it's quite possible that Ubisoft at some point is going to shut Rainbow Six Siege down, either with a sequel or whatever. And of course your skins, and you know, we've seen Ubisoft say your games one day will not kind of be purchasable because they'll not be owned by you. You'll have to like do subscriptions and all that crap. So be very aware that if you're throwing lots of money into this, be very aware that we're already a decade into Siege's life cycle, and who knows if that's halfway, 1/3, or maybe 90% of the way there. Who knows, right? So watch out with your money and this new marketplace. But anyway, hopefully you guys have fun. Hopefully you make enough R6 credits to actually buy some like cool elites in the future or stuff like that, and have a blast with it. Especially us old timers being able to sell off some of our like year one stuff that is super, super rare. That is awesome and fun to just play around with, and I can't wait to get access myself and play around with it. But anyway guys, thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time.